Yo, sound check, sound check. Oh man, why didn't y'all tell me G Bush was live right now? He gonna take all my viewers, dog. The big bro G Bush is already live. He gonna take all my viewers, dog. But what's it called? Sound check. Y'all let me know if I sound all right. We gonna get into a little something today, man. Nisa, appreciate you being here. Always here first. I appreciate that. All right. we don't. We here. Don't send us there. You good, bro? Oh no, I'm not sending y'all there. I'm not sending y'all there. I'm just saying. I know he got motion. He got motion. But simple day today. We're gonna go through some mock drafts after the combine. We're gonna talk about some AJ Brown situations. Obviously, Brown's new offensive coordinator talked about the quarterbacks as well. So I think that's gonna be an interesting conversation. What's happening, Kenny 49ers? Like right, yo, T4 Kent, yo. Let me throw something more real quick. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with the Acho situation because I'm just tired of him talking. We're gonna finish it up with some of these mock drafts. Anybody have any mock drafts? Anybody have a particular player? If you don't got a full mock draft, drop who you want the Browns to get. Drop who you want your favorite team to get. You feels me? I want my Texans to double down on defense, but hey, who am I but a guy? Who am I but a guy? G. Bush was tripping the other day, not standing for 12 on UCSS. Oh well, I mean, it depends on the situation. I'll have to hear it. I'll have to hear it. It's all right for people to have their own little, you know what I mean? Have their own views in different. Golly, my forehead jumping out the gym. Golly, why didn't y'all tell me nothing, man? Why didn't y'all tell me that, dog? Golly. All right. All right. Texans could use a nice offensive lineman. Yeah, but what we're picking, I don't know if we're going to be able to get what we need to get. That's the real issue. But when we get into the mock draft, we gonna mock draft it for real. I'm going to show you how we going to finesse it because I think we can get some valuable picks in the later rounds so we can get something done. But I hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's feeling nice. If we're going to start anywhere, we've got to start, where the people need to start. And I think it's right here. Hold on. Let me make sure this plays.
Cleveland Browns.
I do have audio. All right. What about this? Wait, why did the audio turn? I just tested my soundboard. Yeah, Caden Proctor's a good player, but he's a little he's a good build, not a good player. That's what I should say. He has a really good build, but is he really a good player? Is he really as polished as I think the Texans are really gonna need? I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. I can't say. Yeah, okay. Just as I thought. What he say now, Tings? Come on, man. You know how Acho get. I'm mad my soundboard is not working. I tested my soundboard and it was working. And now it's not working. Can I read? Give me 15 seconds, man. Give me a cool little 15. Got a nice little 30 in here, all straight off the rip. Don't look at my football cards back there. We're gonna have some problems if you look at my football cards, man. But I really want to appreciate all 30 or however many people y'all are in here on a beautiful Wednesday. Like I announced earlier, we're going to start with Acho. I got to fix my gosh darn soundboard because it's acting up a little bit here. But other than that, man, I hope your day's phenomenal. I hope it's beautiful. I hope you're having a great day. We're going to start with some comments from everybody's favorite failed NFL player. he and you know what? I know what you mean by the whole fitter thing. because he's going to be able to have at least a more consistent playing weight. Again, technique to me is the big thing. This is a guy who was recruited by Alabama. This is a guy who was recruited by Iowa. His hometown is Iowa, and to be from two places where they could or be associated with two places that dominate from the offensive line standpoint in the NFL. I think it's interesting for him to have some confusing technique. But let's get right into it. Let's do it. Not going to be here for a long time, but we're going to be here for a pretty good time. Emmanuel Acho, his show been back for like 2 days, and he couldn't resist. Had to have Shador Sanders all up in his mouth.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So let's hear what Shedeur did to Acho this time. Come on, man.
Head coach Todd Monken
Shout out Kieran.
Receiving something for his birthday from one Shador Sanders. It is this head, this horse head, this porcelain horse head that he got for him as a gift moving into his new house, becoming the new head coach. Do you guys think Shedeur is trying a little too hard?
All right, look, Prize Picks is America's #1.
Oh, no. You got too much chip on your dip, son. None of that. Until Prize Picks come calling, Joe Budden call me.
Shady, if I say what I want to say, I'm going to get blocked.
I'm going to get...
Shedeur already don't like me. His brother don't like me. The other brother probably don't like me.
Yeah, they don't really like you.
Sisters.
Wait. Acho, why do you think somebody would block you, right? We talked about, and I hate to interrupt, but Zach Jackson, a very notable writer for The Athletic, and I've been open about, hey, why did Zach Jackson block me? I'm almost sure because of how supportive I am of Shedeur, and because I was calling him out for lying about Josina Anderson and being called out for lying about Shedeur. Acho, why don't they like you? It would be more genuine if you said, hey, I typically gobble Sanders nuts. I typically be gobbling. I typically be flip-flopping. That's why people have a problem with me. Just say the whole thing. Go ahead.
Probably don't like me.
I don't like you like that.
So if I say how Shedeur's brown-nosing, they going to be even more mad. Like if I say how Shedeur's buying a gift for a coach, probably to try to win over some good graces, they going to be upset.
And in your 22 tackles in your season, Acho, your career, in your 22 tackles of your career, what the fuck would you know about brown nosing and getting any good grace? You've never had good grace in the NFL. I don't think you know what it looks like. And that's okay, because ignorance is bliss. You don't know what it's like to even be at the level to give a gift to a head coach, right? And so I get it. He's not computing right now. So he thinks being a genuine person, having a good relationship with your head coach, as many quarterbacks are known to do, he thinks that's brown nosing because he only has 22 career tackles.
If I really say that Shedeur is sending a welcome gift like they do in the really suburban white neighborhoods when they bring over some cookies, they gonna get mad at me. So I'm not saying none of it.
Well, you kind of already said it.
Acho, maybe if you got your head coach a gift, you would have been a Cleveland Brown for a second year.
I tried.
You tried to get him a gift. So why you getting on him?
And that's why I like Kieran, not just because he's a Texans fan. Shout out to Kieran. But in two questions. Oh, well, I mean, I think he's like a white woman in the suburban area. Acho, what would you know as a Nigerian? Somebody correct me. What would you know about white people's suburbs? Probably because of all them books you wrote to comfort white people. Is it not all the uncomfortable conversations with Acho? Well, this is pretty uncomfortable when we find out that you was so ass. Hey, the coach said, hey, Acho, I'm going to let you know right now, you're getting cut. So if you got an Amazon gift card or a fruit basket in there that you about to bring to me for some good graces, hey, AG, get ready to learn Fox News, big guy. Hey, you know Steve Burley? Hey, you better study. You know Ryan Clark? Hey, get a notepad out because you gonna need every piece of fruit in that fruit box after I cut your ass. That's what the Cleveland Browns coach told him, and now he's mad. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to, I'm doing this live in my chat, and they said, hey, man, it's crazy when your own people is on you like this, man. You didn't even get 15 seconds into your half-ass take. And here's another thing, Acho. because you know me, I don't like reacting to full videos, and please go watch the full Speakeasy. I'm sure Acho had plenty of amazing, terrible takes. You know, something that makes me upset, it's one thing to say some nasty stuff. If you believe some nasty stuff about Shedeur, stand on it. Hey, Acho, what you should have said is, hey, I don't like Shedeur. I don't like how he's moving. Hey, it makes me feel bad as a failed NFL player to see a young man who's trying his best in the regime change and all the adversity and gonna have to learn a new system to hey, how about with all of the negativity surrounding him and Kevin Stefanski, how about we start off on the right foot? How about I shake hands and have big smiles and try for the love of God to be a decent human being to a man that's going to hold, right, a lot of the decisions for my next part of my life, right? I understand that that's hard for you to kind of soak in, Acho. But to immediately go to brown nosing, to immediately be so upset and get called out by your people, it's got to be a tough situation. It really does. But keep going.
I'm kidding. I would never get a coach a gift. But I know brown nosing when I see it because that I did do.
Yeah.
Right. I would go Dave Phipps, special teams coach for the Detroit Lions, who's special teams coach in Philly. After practice, I'm up in there. Hey, coach, what can I do better? What can I do this? What can I do that? Because I know if my job is not fully secure, you do things like this.
Doug, hey, begging in the film room because you don't get any sort of attention because you were a special teamer, again, 22 career tackles, is not the same as getting a birthday gift for a birthday person on his birthday. And might I not add, Shedeur and Monken share the same birthday. And may I not add, Shedeur knows that Monken rocks with the horses, so he got him that. Not only that, Shador Sanders got himself the same head statue, same horse head statue. So, yeah, thank you, Kenny. Yeah. Hey, Acho, what you were doing might have been brown nosing. Thank you for one of the first time Acho's ever been self-aware. Because they didn't like you. they just didn't like you, Acho. And it's clear because if they did, you'd still be on the team. Hey, Marshawn Lattimore just got cut. He been getting cooked for years. Eli Apple, I think, still is employed. You think the NFL cares if you're ass at football? I've seen dog. Have you seen the Browns' offensive line? Being good in football does not keep you in the league. I promise you, Acho. And this is case in point. You were bad at football, and people didn't like you. Sorry, their birthdays are 2 days apart. Market and Acho. Shout out to my chat for correcting me. So no, sitting in the film room, begging the coach to give you a little bit of it. Just please pay attention to me on this scout team rep, on this inside drill. Did I spill this puller roll? Acho, if you don't get, I need you studying the kickoff and kickoff return. Anything else, shut up. So yes, Acho, you were brown nosing. You were. But a quarterback getting a gift for a man on his birthday, new coach. Hey, man, it seems like situations are situational, and those two situations are the same. But continue, Acho.
You know what I mean? And to me, it was just interesting. I don't know. Right? It's Speakeasy. It's late night show. We ha-ha and we kiki-ing. Shedeur, do what you got to do to win the job. I know if you feel like the job is yours, you're probably not buying coaches gifts. I don't know of any player that got a coach a gift. Maybe there's an inside joke there. Maybe there's something substantive or significance there. I saw Todd Monken recruited Shedeur when he was at Georgia. Obviously, Todd Monken was the OC for the Ravens. Ravens wanted to draft Shedeur. So there might be something more there. Remember, though, Ty Simpson, quarterback at Alabama, he said him and Todd Monken are really good family friends. So I think right now everybody's just jostling. Everybody's jostling for that Browns starting quarterback position. Deshaun Watson releasing workout videos, right? Everybody right now is just jostling for that position. Is it a little brown nosing? Of course. We all see that. Is there anything wrong with it? Not necessarily. It just kind of says, like, you're probably not that comfortable with your position as the starter or potential starter. If you're, to me, that's just what it says. But it's the Speakeasy, bro. We just talking.
I don't know though, man. I don't know.
Shady he can't even keep it in. Acho, just stand on it. If you're gonna say Skip Bayless level dog water takes that have no substance, that aren't proven, I would appreciate if you had a little bit of a spine about it. I want you to get on the mic and say, "Where's my camera? Is this my camera? Hey, Shedeur, you a bitch. Hey, just take the gloves off at this point." Because this bullshit, well, here at the Speakeasy, we're a late night show and we like to kiki high. No, dumbass, that's Nightcap. You some B-side niggas. And that's why you getting these dog water takes off. That's what it is. Ocho Cinco and Unc Shannon Sharp's old ass is wiping y'all niggas down. Wiping y'all down every single night. You try to get in the fake beef. Nobody listened to y'all. They'd rather talk to someone from Club 520 or the Joe Budden podcast. Y'all are a blimp on the radar right now. Absurd. And now I have to sit here and look at a Super Bowl champion, one of the most dynamic running backs of his era in Shady McCoy, have to sit here and brown nose you. He's not brown nosing. He's not brown nosing. But Shady is doing everything in his power to treat you as if you were a human that has genuine takes. Look, you don't even have. There's nothing genuine about you, Acho. I just stand on it. Say, I don't like Shedeur. I don't like the attention. I don't like that he's a 5th round pick. Or just say, hey, it's post combine. We got a good month until the draft. I need to get some Shedeur takes off. But instead of, praising Shedeur, instead of saying, the same person who was looked at as this immature person, XYZ, God forbid, if y'all think that, why not me be nice? The guy who's been giving back to communities for a long time. God forbid I give a sentimental gift to somebody that I'm probably going to be locked into rooms with for a year. God forbid. It's a little. It just shows that you're not really confident. But we're just the guys. We're just the Speakeasy, right? No, nigga, Acho, nothing you say, it speaks easy. Y'all got the same time frame as Nightcap because you're trying to get some of their audience. You use the same topics because you're trying to get some of their audience. But the thing is, since it's so non-genuine, you can't get off most of these topics, right? And now you're stuck trying to shit on Shedeur on a random Wednesday to get your views up. So I would wish you go Rex Ryan. Like, Rex Ryan does a better job. When he lies, he just throws them things out there, dog. Rex Ryan just gonna say some shit. I heard Shedeur doesn't even show up to workout. Like, he was just lying on national television. Acho, nobody's watching. Lie. Do something. Make it a little more entertaining. But to half-ass this take that, hey man, I think Shedeur's a brown noser. Just please have some more pride about the things you say. For the love of God.
They might have talked. Hey man, he might like horses.
He does like horses, actually.
He races horses.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he races horses.
Oh, okay.
See, that's tough then.
Yeah. Like, he might be on the phone and they might have got a conversation about horses. And he's like, I got a such and such. Oh, word. Let me get that. I got you. You never know.
Shady, have you ever bought a coach a gift?
Yeah.
You got Andy Reid the cheeseburger?
One of my Pro Bowls when I started, back then when it was a real Pro Bowl, I used to give my linemen and coaches watches.
Oh,
okay, so you got a coach like a celebratory gift. Like, hey, you helped me accomplish something. Here's a gift.
Yeah.
He was part of my success.
Chip Kelly came in as a new coach. Did you got Chip a gift?
Come on. And see, that right there sums up my issue with Acho, because you being messy now. You know him and Chip Kelly didn't really see eye to eye. You know that. You know that. And this is what I'm done. I'm done where you try your hardest to get a Shedeur takeoff and it's so bad that you didn't have to flip it on Shady. Hey, what about Chip Kelly, someone who's notoriously, has a terrible relationship with Eagles players? Oh, did you get him a gift? Acho, good try. I know you can do better. Next time when you rage bait, please do it. Take a note from Skip Bayless. Incredulous, stand on it, and if you're going to say a terrible take, just be confident in your terrible take. But the nightcap B squad is always good for a nice quick little reaction. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below about Acho. I'm not watching this full video. Y'all go watch it. Give him a coin. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't. Subscribe if you like football content. We'll be in next time. Peace. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, so are we ready? Yeah, I mean it's not that big of a deal. It is just sports. All right, so what y'all want next? We could do AJ Brown rumors, right? We can start the we can start the mock drafts, or we can watch the new OC. And while I do this and get this together, I do want to say, because I haven't, for all the people who support the second channel, appreciate y'all. I just hadn't been able to record. I've just been doing a lot of main channel stuff. There's been a lot of news and stuff. We will be back on the second channel. I wanted to say this on the second channel. I'll probably still do it, and we might even watch some what do you call it, well off media today. But I want to say rest in peace to Dominic Ponder. I wanted to say that in the second channel before I watched some well off stuff, and I'm still gonna say it. But as y'all vote for the next topic, dog, I didn't, to be honest with you, I wasn't too familiar with Dominic Ponder, and I was learning more about him as the passing, but just absolutely tragic. Like you hate to, I mean, you know, an accident, I think we just kind of throw that word around, but an accident can completely reshape a life, reshape a family. So I'm just, you know, wishing prayers not only to the Buffaloes and Coach Prime and everybody over there doing what they do. Obviously losing a teammate is no small task, but then on top of that, obviously the Ponder family, because you know, that's unthinkable, unimaginable, and at the end of the day, it's a very heavy thing to even process and to take with you. So just want to say rest in peace there. I'll still probably have, you know, some second channel stuff. We will talk about Colorado and do some stuff like that, but we'll kind of go from there. But I just want to get that out while y'all vote. Only 4 votes so far. It looks like the AJ Brown is winning, and you know what I mean. We could get a little AJ Brown video cooked up. We could do that. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, man. Oh well, there we go. Never mind. It's starting to rebalance. But let me make sure I got enough AJ Brown content here too. Hey, that boy Acho, he be tweaking from time to time, huh? He be tweaking just a little bit, man. Just a little bit, man. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. AJ Brown. Yup. What's happening? How we feeling? How we rose, man? Alright, bet. AJ Brown is ready. Now I'm about to check the poll again. What's the poll say? Poll still says AJ Brown, 50%. Look at that. I think the people have spoken, dog. I think the people have spoken. Oh, wow. It's an even 3-3. Y'all, anybody going to break this tie? Anybody going to break this tie? AJ Brown or Shador Sanders, new offensive coordinator? I need a tiebreaker. I need one right now. We don't got it. Y'all don't got it. Y'all did it. There it is. There's a tiebreaker. We're going AJ Brown. We're going AJ Brown. We're going to go AJ Brown. Then, if y'all want offensive, then we can go there. And then we can go mock draft right after that. There has been a lot of conversation and speculation about AJ Brown. I want to ask you this question before I even start. What do you think when you hear about AJ Brown, right? When I say that question, I'm not even recording the video yet. I'm genuinely just asking you, when you hear the words AJ Brown, right? What do you think about? Do you think dominant big body receiver? Have gotten offers from AJ Brown, but unless they get a blockbuster they're looking for. Oh, we even got more news on AJ Brown. Oh, it's getting serious. I just had this video idea for a little bit, just because obviously there's been some stuff, but I go looking and I tell you what, I found some stuff. I found some new stuff too. This is kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't think AJ Brown gonna be playing for the Eagles anytime soon, man. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, big dog. Okay, I didn't see why would I? Shout out to that Don Tolliver got me in a chokehold, dog. I gotta be honest with you. All right, nothing more for AJ Brown. We are gonna get into the AJ Brown conversation. I see everyone like roughly targets him, but that doesn't fit the narrative. I want the truth about AJ Brown though. Can AJ Brown become a Brown? That's the real joint right there. That's the real conversation where the conversation starts. You feel me? Oh, is this a man? If y'all don't get out of my face with that, what is going on? There we go. I'm gonna throw this article up real quick, and then we're gonna get into it. But no comments about what y'all see when y'all see AJ Brown. Nobody? Y'all see nothing when y'all see AJ Brown? I guess that's possible too. To feel indifferent towards AJ Brown. That's possible. And it has to do with Stephon Diggs. This is Stephon Diggs' fault. Okay. There's a little bit of a Vrabel AJ Brown connection. What is that? I don't know what that is. All right, cool. Winner. Ooh, Super Bowl winner. That is what AJ Brown is. He is, in fact, a Super Bowl winner. I do have to agree there. All right, boom. AJ Brown rumors. Let's get to it. All right. Here we go. It feels like the AJ Brown trade has been cooking even since before they won the Super Bowl, right? There's been a lot of allegations of not being happy, not getting enough touches and things of that nature. And now it seems like AJ Brown could become a Cleveland Brown, but it's not very likely. But not very likely he's going to stay with them Eagles because it seems like some of the NFL insiders have had a lot to say and a lot has changed about where A.J. Brown will play football.
That price sounded familiar. I believe that was the Devontae Adams from the Packers to the Raiders price several years back. It makes sense for Howie Roseman to ask about that. What we don't know is what it's going to actually cost someone to pry A.J. Brown from the Philadelphia Eagles. Essentially, what a player is worth or what a trade is worth is what someone will
What's
pay.
going on? Hey, nice.
He also has the luxury of saying, you know what? If I don't want to trade him, I really don't have to. And from what I understand, there's really just a select few teams that would meet the criteria of the Philadelphia Eagles and of A.J. Brown himself. In other words, places where he would want to go. As I mentioned, the New England Patriots are one of them. I think the Rams would have been one of them, too, except now they only have one first-round pick, not two. So I'm not so sure they would be in the mix here as well. He is a great player who is still in his prime, who has been productive. His situation with the Philadelphia Eagles, the social media use, all of that has been very, very, very well documented. For those who have watched this show over the last year, it's really just a matter of, does Howie Roseman do this deal before free agency, or does he say, you know what, I'm going to keep a great player, maybe see if something's brewing before the draft or before the season. But usually, Tom, you'd like to clear this money before free agency, before the moves really start going.
So before free agency is the thought process, and what does that trade look like for the Eagles? I think it's something that we have to think about. Look, A.J. Brown is extremely productive, right? And now the conversations and the links have been linked towards, Vrabel and what he's doing with the Patriots. Obviously, the Patriots have let go of Stephon Diggs, so that adds to the conversation as well, right? And just looking at the raw stats, right? A.J. Brown with the Titans, season average, 62 catches for 998 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 0 All-Pros. A.J. Brown with the Eagles, again, season averages 85 catches, 59 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 All-Pros. He's 28 years old. He's still in his prime, but teams aren't trading for the same player that Philly did. And at the, the idea that you're getting the same exact AJ Brown, that you saw at one point, I think is an interesting conversation to have, right? Especially because you know that the Titans gave up so much for, that original AJ Brown. I mean, not the Titans, but the Eagles bought so much in to get this AJ Brown and what he's, I think, produced for you, right? A high level receiver in multiple aspects, somebody who's able to really take the top off of games when he's given the opportunity. At this point, I think a lot of that, a lot of the positives have really been outweighed by some of the pressure from the outside, right? Because I think what you're starting to see is, even if AJ Brown is trying to keep things insulated, even if he's trying to handle things, as mature as possible, it doesn't seem like the media is going to allow him to do that consistently, right? It doesn't seem like the media is going to just allow some of his comments, his transgressions to go the way they are. So every single day, it's a new trade rumor. Now, that trade rumor is locked in, apparently, with the Patriots, like I said, with Stephon Diggs. This is from today, an article from today, speaking about the Patriots reportedly being all in on star wide receivers amid the A.J. Brown, and this is another very important thing, Alec Pierce rumors, because Alec Pierce is probably, or most likely, going to test the free agent markets as well from the Colts. So it makes it a very interesting wide receiver market that hopefully the Browns can be into. It's so crazy to me that the Browns are apparently in every single market for every single quarterback, but I haven't seen as many rumors as them going after some of these. Like, what is there not a wide receiver in this free agency class that Andrew Berry can get aggressive with, right? I understand the value proposition that he wants to go with of getting these, maybe second chance wide receivers and very cheap guys. But at some point, you're going to have to put a dog out there. And if A.J. Brown is nothing, he's a dog, right? So let's read this article from Andrew Peters and Bleacher Report. It says the New England Patriots are reportedly moving off Stephon Diggs, right, and eyeing his replacement. Per NFL insider Jordan Schultz, New England is in on the big names of the market, such as Indianapolis Colts Alec Pierce. Schultz added that the Pats are believed to be prepared to spend big, and you're going to have to spend big if you want to get into the A.J. Brown sweepstakes, right? Per sources, the Patriots have been in on the big names, yada, yada, yada. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is being released. We're going to see where his legal situation comes in. There will be an update video there. All right. There were also some within the organization who viewed Diggs as a declining player, according to Andrew Callahan and Doug Kyde of the Boston Herald. Callahan and Kyde also reported that others in the front office viewed Diggs' contract as fair enough that he could stick around. Mark Daniels and Karen Gerge, of MassLive.com reported that Diggs was unwilling to restructure his contracts, which is interesting, right? You would think that if he's worried about the legal ramifications, that he probably would just go ahead and restructure it and do those things. Trizzy, what's good, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to everybody who's been the Eagles fans talking about not getting separation or talking about he is a winner, XYZ. I'm going to talk to y'all's comments in just a second. I'll finish this video and I'm going to go right back to y'all. So I think that's very interesting that he's not, willing to restructure his contract. Even forget about the legal stuff. I think the bigger conversation is the fact that y'all made it to the Super Bowl. Y'all have done some positive things. You would think that in the, let's be honest, the twilight of his career, at least the back half of his career, he would value wanting to be in good positions and have a good quarterback and get to the playoffs and do those things. But apparently that's not enough for Stephon to even take something that would be friendly enough. But let's keep going here. So we already talked about that. Pierce posted similar numbers to Diggs in 25, collecting 47 receptions for 1,003 yards and 6 touchdowns, though he also missed 2 games. And it's also fair to say that the former second-round pick has more upside since he's just 25 years old. Pierce, who's coming off his rookie deal with the Colts, has a market of $20 million per year. Brown, who was linked to the Patriots even before they cut Diggs, is coming off a season in which he collected 1,003 yards and 7 touchdowns in 15 games. While it was far from his best season of the 28-year-old's career, working with an MVP caliber quarterback such as Drake May could help him get back on track. Now, here's the real question after I read this. Brown is under contract through 2029. That's heavy. That's not no, things that you can just throw out there or whatnot. That this is a serious contract, and the years, again, that's 3 more seasons, right? So through the 29 season, $23.4 million cap hit in 2026, right? So the conversation of getting in on the A.J. Brown sweepstakes is going to be one that's going to be extremely extremely pricey, right? And I want y'all guys to comment down below, what team do you think fits that mold? I really do think that if the Browns are worth anything, they should be in the A.J. Brown sweepstakes, right? I think the Patriots are going to work well to get a veteran in the room to help Drake May and continues to have that veteran presence, because I know that helps not even the wide receiver room, right? When you have people like not Kyler Gordon, what's Kyle Williams out of Wazoo, right? When you have young, speedy receivers that are still coming up, it's so important to have that older receiver that can kind of guide those things, have those conversations, and hopefully relay information back from the quarterback and kind of translate things to better be understood. I think A.J. Brown, as he ages, some of that wisdom, right, is starts to become the positive of him, right? You couldn't say maybe he doesn't separate. Hey, maybe he's a streak merchant, a jump ball, well, not really a jump ball merchant, but contesting pass merchant, whatever the kids are saying these days. But as he starts to age and with the Super Bowl experience, the playoff experience, he's starting to add value in a way that Stephon Diggs added value last year for the Patriots, right? And how as he's done for a lot of young quarterbacks throughout his tenure. So I think that's an interesting parallel between Stephon Diggs and A.J. Brown. Speaking to the not only Shedeur haters, but also Jalen Hurts haters and apparently A.J. Brown haters, we're going to check in on the speakeasy, see what they had to say about A.J. Brown and apparently not wanting to trade for him. So let's see.
A.J. Brown's only worth the first-round pick if he's the difference between you and a Super Bowl. Maybe New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills. If A.J. Brown is the difference between you and a Super Bowl, Denver Broncos, he's worth the first-round pick. But if A.J. Brown is the difference between 8 and 9 and 10 and 7, he's not worth the first-round pick. Because not only are you going to have to pay A.J. Brown, $100+ million, whatever his contract is that you're going to have to now eat up. You also don't have that first-round pick who's going to be on a rookie deal for 5 years that you get to own him for. And then on top of that, AJ is, 28, 29 years old?
Yeah, he's older.
So it's like, even if you get A.J. Brown for 4 years, you're not getting him at 4 years on a rookie deal like you would be getting a rookie for. So A.J.'s worth the first-round pick if that first-round pick is a missing piece. Remember, A.J. Brown ended up being the missing piece for the Philadelphia Eagles to help them get to a Super Bowl and inevitably help them win a Super Bowl. But by no means should you give up a first-round pick for A.J. Brown if you're like the Arizona Cardinals. A.J.
I think Acho tried so hard to make up bad takes that he accidentally gives a lukewarm take. This is a very, obvious take. Hey, wide receivers aren't worth first-round picks unless they are a missing piece. Thanks, Acho. I really appreciate you sharing and really giving us lots of enlightenment. But yeah, you can tell Shady's just checked out there. There's a lot of question marks around this conversation. But I think the real conversation that has to be asked is for wide receiver needy teams, right? Because this would seemingly, by Acho standards, it would take the Browns out of this situation, right? The Browns, let's be honest, they're not a missing piece away. They are a lot of pieces away. So let's hear two pieces of Browns medium, what they have to say about A.J. Brown. You've got some legends with Phil Taylor in the world. And of course, you got the Riz speaking about trading out for A.J. Brown. Let's hear what these two scenarios have to say, and we'll wrap this up here.
Give me 3 Boy Scouts and give me 4 or 5 rowdy boys, because I know one thing about them. You can depend on them.
Y'all didn't have no Boy Scouts. Y'all had more than renegades.
Yeah.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, they had mercenaries back in the day when they smoking cigarettes at halftime.
In the locker room. But to answer your question, I just don't. I don't think that AJ. I like AJ. I think he's a great athlete.
Well, it's giving our QB some weapons.
I want to see us.
He would thrive in our system because he would be the guy.
Okay. I think that's a very interesting conversation. If the conversation around A.J. Brown, if you stuck about him being a quote-unquote prima donna, I don't think he is. I think every wide receiver wants as many touches as possible. I just think that's a part of the game, right? Theoretically, we don't care about Jerry Jeudy. Let's be honest with you. If Jerry Jeudy stops getting touches, who cares that he's complaining, right? If A.J. Brown is getting all the touches and he pulls up a cool 1,000 yards, I think everyone's going to be happy. I think A.J. Brown is more than happy being a workhorse wide receiver, right, and getting all those touches and doing those big things, right? So I think that's an interesting conversation because if he's wanted that for such a long time, wanted those touches, wanted that ability, I think it makes a lot of sense where you're going to be if it's not Hero Fanning, it's A.J. Brown. If theoretically in this world where you do get A.J. Brown on the Browns, it's going to be the Brown to Brown to Brown. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to be all Brown all day as long as you can. So now what does the big Riz have to say about Jeremy Fowler? Because Jeremy Fowler, when we were talking about those mock drafts, I don't know if y'all remember that video, he proposed a trade between the Browns and the Eagles involving some of those first-round picks. Let's hear it.
You want A.J. Brown?
No.
Would you take him?
No.
Quote, Fowler, this would immediately upgrade new head coach Todd Monken's offense, giving the passing game a fighting chance alongside an already stout D. Cleveland's wide receiver room totaled just 1,400 yards, worst in the NFL.
We're trying to get out of the locker room cancer business. AJ Brown
Out
is a
of the locker room
problem.
cancer business.
Even when they're winning games in Philly, even when they win a Super Bowl, he's a problem, Riz. How is he going to do in Cleveland?
Did he win a Super Bowl?
He did.
Then I'll take him.
Boom! You know, and I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this conversation. I've always, you know, don't get misconstrued. My Texans fan, my Shedeur fandom, all the different fandoms that I have, don't get it misconstrued. It at the end of the day, it comes down to I have an affection for. How do I say this? I have an affection for people who are misunderstood, for things that are misunderstood, because I remember as far back as OBJ, and we can go back even farther, but the way that they labeled Odell, I remember they labeled Odell as a prima donna XYZ receiver because he was punching, kicking nets or whatever, right? Why can't they be passionate? Why? I want you to remember because this is gonna go back to Shedeur about the whole. Oh my God, he's a problem off the field. Oh my God, AJ Brown's a problem off the field. Let's listen to what AJ Brown. What are the crimes that AJ Brown has done that has torn the locker room apart? Oh, he asked for more reps in a football game. A football player wants to get more football catches. He wants to catch more footballs. How dare he? How dare a professional football player who gets paid to catch footballs, how dare he want to catch more footballs? What are we talking about? So there's two conversations to have. One is that the Browns are just a losing organization. Because when you see someone like AJ Brown, you instinctively get scared that, oh, what if he ruffles some feathers? What if he's slightly difficult? No shit. That's why you need a real head coach. How the hell do you think Mike Tomlin kept Le'Veon Bell's CTE ass, Antonio Brown, who is the originator of CTE, and Big Ben's freak ass? No, Big Ben known to be a terrible teammate. How do you keep those three motherfuckers in line? Because you got Mike Tomlin. I'm tired of when the conversation comes of, oh, well, this person is so difficult. Are they difficult, or do y'all niggas not know how to coach? Or can y'all not deal with alphas in the locker room? It's gonna get uncomfortable sometimes. I'm sorry. How many Super Bowls have the Cleveland Browns won in the last 20 years? And now how many have the Eagles won in the last 20 years? You either have uncomfortable conversations with people who are distractions and learn to manage stuff, or you can continue being the laughing stock of the league. But it's y'all's choice. Y'all let me know. Peace. I don't want someone who likes football and wants like shut up. This is annoying. Alright. Y'all wanna do some mock drafts? Trizzy, you know what it is. Triz. Intel Play. Shout out to you. I'm not sure if I shouted you out Intel Plays. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Beautiful little Wednesday. Alright. We're gonna do some mock drafts. So let's get to it. I'm gonna do a quick little one. Yeah, man. I'm gonna do a quick little situation here, man. Here's the real thing. Should I use the NFL mock draft simulator? Ooh, sorry. I'm so sorry. No, what's like what type of trading you want? Standard. Alright, so we're gonna be okay. Why would I? Alright, cool. So I want to turn this into kind of like a kind of like a little situation here. I just go like this. Defend your pick. Click the start button to begin your draft. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make sure this is working right. Hold up. There's way too many ads. Way too many ads on this draft simulator. We're gonna use Bleacher Reports or PFFs. There's way too many ads on that other one I was using. All right, cool. Okay, we're gonna do something real smooth. We're gonna enter the draft here. All right. Hey, Acho is disgusting. You're right about the coac. What? The coac? What are you talking about? Yeah, Acho is pretty disgusting. Shout out to y'all. Y'all should have seen them last night. It was hilarious. I won't be surprised if Judy gets traded. Wait, who are you talking about? Trizzy, you said last night. Who are you talking about? Who we talking about, man? Who we talking about? All right. Post combine NFL mock draft. Let's get right into it. Now, I want y'all to know I haven't done that much research. I probably need to do more research. We're going to speed run this, and with each pick, I'm going to tell you why I think this should be what it is. Now, first things off the rip, Fernando Mendoza, right? I think this is more of a confirming and less of a conversation of what he can and what he can't do. There have been conversations about, hey, is he really a true first round pick? Is he this? Is he that? I think it's super silly when we get in these conversations. Oh, Trizzy, 100% right. Yeah. Hey, Trizzy, Shady is done. Shady's done. And then Miss Melanated says, you're right. It's about the coach, not the players. Look at the Bulls when Jordan was playing. There you go. Y'all, that's perfect. I think the conversation is so silly when it comes to Fernando Mendoza because, look, if you're the best quarterback in the draft, you going top 5. Like, that's how it is, especially for a team that was just going backwards in so many places. Offensive coordinator calling the wrong plays for the Raiders. It don't matter if they pick a quarterback or they pick an offensive lineman. They have so much to figure out for the Raiders. So, Fernando Mendoza, easy, simple pick. Now, this pick at number 2 gets interesting, right? There's conversations about Ruben Bain, conversations about Caleb Downs, but through the mocks that I've seen and through the conversations I've seen, Arvell Reese. The reason why Arvell Reese has to be the conversation there, right? You think about how he did in the combine. We knew he was a freak of nature, but confirming he's a freak of nature, it often helps, right? The off-ball ability is absurd, and I think that's what separates him is the fact that, look, you can develop him into becoming an edge rusher. I don't think you should do that. I think what you should do is have him as an off-ball linebacker that becomes an elite elite blitzing weapon. Think of Jalon Walker. Think of even Micah Parsons earlier before he just went to straight edge, right? I think Arvell Reese has such utility, right, in a defensive-minded head coach, right? That I think it's just a surefire pick and it makes the most sense. Now, going to the Cardinals. The Cardinals recently released Kyler Murray. I'm a mix it up here, man. I know people don't want to have this conversation, but yeah, man, Ty Simpson. Yeah, I think this is what's gonna happen. I think Ty Simpson. Everybody's Ty Simpson to the Browns. Ty Simpson to the Browns. You think the Cardinals are comfortable with Jacoby Brissett for another year? This gets them a good situation where they can have Ty Simpson, who is looked at as a project quarterback, right? And you can sit him behind a Jacoby Brissett, or if you get another flavor, or if you get whatever. Everybody wants the Browns and Ty Simpson. I'm not sure that's not possible. But why are we forgetting that the Cardinals are another team that needs everything? Quarterback, running back, guard, they need everything that he can get. I think they take the big swing at quarterback and they go there. Now, Tennessee Titans. This is where we get extra spooky, right? This is going to determine, remember Robert Saleh, new head coach, a defensive-minded guy. I think what he's going to do as a defensive-minded guy, he's going to steal Carnell Tate from the Browns. That's what he's going to do. He's going to get in there. He's going to shake Cam Ward's hand and say, hey, I'm going to go get you a baller. I'm going to go get you an absolute dog, right? Now, it gets really confusing at number 5 because now Jeremiah Love is still on the board, right? Ruben Bain is still on the board because Arvell Reese is the only defensive player to be taken. This is crazy, right? And you're going to assume, oh, well, now the defensive player. Wrong! It's Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love is a top 5 running back in this draft. Cam Scatterboo's ankle went that way. I'm sorry, everybody loves him. But Cam Scatterboo, you were fodder, son. You were a 3rd round pick for a reason. Jeremiah Love is a complete running back. If you love Jackson Dart, you gonna love Jackson Dart plus Jeremiah Love. I think he does some of those things and alleviates a lot of pressures. And that doesn't mean you have to kick Scatterbo to the curb. That means Scatterbo, I think you get more value from him. You don't have to pretend that he's an every down back. You can use him for those grindier times, and now you have an elite 1-2 punch in the backfield. And I think that you have a very dynamic offense, and a defense that probably can get some things done in the back end with some later rounds. Now, the Cleveland Browns. You got Ruben Bain on the board. Caleb Downs is on the board. I think I go super safe here. We go Francis. Out of Miami. He's the tackle. I believe that can kick over to guard as well. A lot of these offensive linemen are tackle guardy XYZ, right? But I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna talk to my chat because I'm doing this live on how they feel about how I've done so far. 1 second. All right. Let me talk to y'all. So Miss Melanated said Mendoza isn't that good. I want to see what he'll do when his pocket collapses. Now, Mendoza has been cited as being very bad when pressure comes at him. So that's going to be something to think about when the Raiders have no offensive line. The little section about Stefanski for sure was telling besides him being ranked last. I'm like, oh, yeah, I saw that. Trizzy says the mock draft for my Panthers is crazy. Got us drafting Jordan Tyson 1st round. Makes no sense when we need help on edge and inside linebacker and offensive lineman. Trizzy, I'm going to... Akeem Mesidor. I'm probably going to give y'all Akeem Mesidor. I'm going to give y'all a defensive player. I got to be honest with you because I do think y'all need a defensive identity, right? I think y'all have an offensive identity. I think there's a lot to be, to think about on the Carolinas on the offensive side, but the defense, JC Horn, of course, but I think something interior that really gives y'all that juice, I think is something that y'all are missing, right? I've consulted my live chat. They said everything I'm doing is perfect. You know what's interesting? I have not been keeping up with what the Commanders need. I think this is just easy one. Hey, the best player on the board right now is Ruben Bain. I want to be known because I want to do a separate Ruben Bain video. These first 7 picks is not an indictment on what I think about Ruben Bain. No, I don't think Ruben Bain has T-Rex arms. Actually, I love his technique. I love the way he gets after the pass. He is so dominant, and watching him in the playoff run was like, oh my God. Like, I'm a Texas fan, so Colin Simmons is on my team, clearly, and Colin Simmons is looked at to be the next top 5 pick, XYZ, next great edge, blah, blah, blah. I don't see him dominate tackles the way Ruben Bain dominates them. Even with Ruben Bain, Colin Simmons will get sacked. He gets sacks in big moments, and he'll get there. But he's a pass rusher. You know what I mean? Like he's either getting there or it's nothing, right? Ruben Bain, even when he's not getting to the quarterback, he's putting pressure. He's collapsing the pocket. He's doing all these other things, right? I really honestly think that Ruben Bain is going to be one of the better defensive players out of this draft. I just think that team needs, right? The Raiders just need so much to take a quarterback. Arvell Reese, the Jets need so much. Do that. Ty Simpson, obviously, this is my, kind of like a reach. Like, just shake it up a little bit. This is my shake it up pick. Carnell Tate, they need, because a lot of people have Ruben Bain going to the Tennessee Titans. Dog, the Titans need an alpha wide receiver. Like, Gunnar Helm and Alec Iomanor is not going to be able to get the job done. We got to be honest with ourselves. Jeremiah Love, again, I think the Jets or the Giants are going to just do what they do best, and they're going to double down on the offensive side of the ball. So I really want to stress that this has nothing to do with Ruben Bain being bad. It has a lot more to do with Ruben Bain just being such a dominant player in a lot of different places that you can kind of put him wherever. So in the conversation of Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles, I think the wide receivers start coming off the board here. So for the Saints, we go Mekhi Lemon. I know everybody's talking about his drafts and XYZ. It looked bad. It looked this. It looked that. I don't care about any of that. I got to be honest with you. They're going to go get a nice player in the wide receiver room. Give Tyler Shuck somebody that he can throw to and go from there. Now, The Kansas City Chiefs, right? This is an interesting situation. They need running back, they need wide receiver. I think wide receivers start running right here, right? If I could find Jordan Tyson, right? I think you get your top wide receiver run here. Oftentimes what you see is a quarterback run, or you might see a defense, quote unquote, run. I think this is a bit of a wide receiver run where you get Mekhi Lemon right back, then you get Jordan Tyson, right? There's been a lot of conversations about who's going to be that guy in the wide receiver room for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Kansas City Chiefs don't see themselves picking this high for a very long time, in their mind, right? So if you're this high, get a premium talent, get someone who's explosive, get someone who's dynamic. And Jordan Tyson, I've talked about him for a long time. He's a dog. I don't know what else there is to say. And right here, I think they go Caleb Downs, right? For the what do you call these things? The Bungles. The Bungles go Caleb Downs. I genuinely think he's one of the better defensive players in this draft. I know there's been conversations about the degenerative knee and all this other stuff, XYZ. He's not as big as Emin Ward. He's not as big, blah, blah, blah. I think that's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Watch him play football from true freshman season to Ohio State. I don't think there's a time where you've ever seen Caleb Downs out of position, wrong on a rep, anything. He is the defense, and he runs the defense. And this is kind of where I think a lot of people just start picking, hey, whatever is best, and they kind of go from there. Mansour Delane, best cornerback in the draft, cornerback out of LSU. I mean, it's just that easy. I don't know. There's not really much that you need to say there. And then Sonny Styles. This is such a great pick. Realistically, I don't think Sonny Styles is going to make it to 12, right? This is just my silly draft because I want to talk about certain players, right? I don't foresee Sonny Styles making it this far down in the draft. But if he does, my goodness, the Dallas Cowboys love this type of linebacker, right? I think about Demarion Overshown, right? A longer linebacker that can kind of do different things. Micah Parsons, right? Versatility is the name of the game and has been the name of the game for the Cowboys, whether they run defensively. And I think Sonny Styles is the crown jewel of that, and he's going to continue to do those things and do them at a high level as well. Now, I do think that as you get here, the Rams, they really need a cornerback. But as we record today, they just traded for Trent McDuffie. Now, Trent McDuffie is typically a nickel, but I think he can play outside too. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm disrespecting Trent McDuffie. But that means one of the best edge players in this draft, David Bailey. And again, this David Bailey going here, Sonny Styles going here. I don't think that Ruben Bain is that much better than David Bailey. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, what I'm saying is that there's so many big holes on some of these teams that I think there's gonna be a lot of swings that are taken. Right now, you look at a team like the Rams. The Rams don't need David Bailey, right? They have Byron Young. They have Jared Verse. They've got quite a stout defensive line. And the defense is very scary. This is just one of those picks. Again, you're picking this high. You stole the pick from Atlanta, and you're going to be picking again in the first round. If I'm not right, well, I think the trade might have switched up their draft. Matter of fact, because I think the Rams pick the 27th. I think the Rams. That's what it is. They swapped this pick. So I might have it wrong. I might have it slightly wrong. Regardless, I know the Rams do still have a first round pick, and if they're picking right here, boom, they go David Bailey. They double up and get in kind of what they do best. They take it to the next level, right? Trizzy in the in the comment section, it says the Rams are going to take a cornerback anyway, and to be honest with you, I could see that too. Jermod McCoy is a really good player, so I could see him also being taken by the Rams. The Rams are going to be in a very good, advantageous setup. I just like the idea of doubling down on what they do best and kind of taking that premium position. But I think it's an interesting conversation. Now, for the Ravens, wide receiver needs, defensive line needs, all types of things. I think Caleb Banks out of Florida, this dude is a menace. He's big, he's long, he's a force. He's 300 something pounds. He runs a nasty 40 time. And he's going to get real busy in the interior. And I think that's going to immediately help them. And again, this is going to be another because again, I think Jermod McCoy could go here as well. But watch what I'm finna do. Watch what I'm gonna do. I think the Bucks go C.J. Allen. Again, CJ Allen is a prototypical, is a prototypical Tampa Bay pick, right? I think about Levante David. I think about some of these other linebackers, SEC linebackers. I don't think Levante was SEC, I forgot. But some of these thumper, hey, I'm a run stopper. I'm an intelligent, hey, I get the defense right type of guy. That's who CJ Allen is as a Texas fan who had to watch our teams get decimated by him. Forget the hard hitting, forget all that stuff. CJ Allen, what's not being talked about is how smart he is on a Kirby Smart defense, right? A Kirby Smart defense is always going to be pretty airtight when it comes to what they do. I think his instincts, I just feel like he's all over the field. He's not talked about as being that guy sometimes, but I guarantee you he is. Now we're going to speed around a little bit here. This makes sense. The Jets did not have an interception for the entire season. They go Jermon McCoy. They get a nice cornerback for him. Now, for the, the Lions, I think the Lions go get another tackle. They get out of here at Utah, Spencer Fanu. Now, Spencer Fanu is looked at as the best pure tackle. Now, shout out to Freeling, right? We're gonna get to Freeling. Don't you worry. But Freeling is looked at as the best prospect. He's 6'7". He's long out of Georgia, but Fanu seems to have the best technique there. Now, running back, centers, and defensive back is potentially needed for the Vikings. Again, this is one of those prototypical picks, right? I see Dylan Thieneman. He's faster than we thought. He's a Swiss Army knife. He plays good stuff. A Harrison Smith-esque type player, right? And I think he's gonna do great things for him. Now, I'm not gonna pick Trizzy. I'm not doing it. Trizzy, who do you want? This is a very special pick. Our guy Trizzy's in the chat right now, right? So what I want, and then what I want to know is, Trizzy, who do the Panthers get? We know our guy, LeJonte Weston's out there. Akeem Mesidor. Just in case Trizzy doesn't say Akeem Mesidor, I like Akeem Mesidor a lot. I like him a lot. Even as I gave all of this praise to Ruben Bain, I think Akeem Mesidor is interesting too. He's a little older. He's a little more lively, right? He's got that. He's got the sauce. I like Akeem Mesidor, and the fact that he's on the back half of the draft, it is what it is. His pick is already gone. Trizzy said his pick is gone. Well, then I'm going to give you Akeem Mesidor because I think he's got length. I think he's got tenacity. I think he's a dog, and I think it gives you a little bit of identity. Who was your pick? Was it a corner? Who was it? You said, Trizzy, who did you want? By the way, shout out Leanne. I see you in there. Trizzy won, so-called expert said. Even Sadiq popped up first round. Some had us drafting Akeem Mesidor. I have you drafting. The mock draft for my Panthers is crazy. Got us drafting a Jordan Tyson first round. Makes no sense. We need help on edge and inside linebacker and offensive line. So, maybe CJ Allen or Sonny Styles. Oh, there's no. Y'all not gonna get. Sonny Styles is not gonna go that low. I don't think. If Sonny Styles goes to pick 19, y'all lucky. But I do think, what I will say, Trizzy, I can see y'all getting CJ Allen. I really do see y'all getting CJ Allen. What do you think? Who do you think is going to help? So right now, I have the Browns. So far, I have the Browns picking Francis out of Miami. Miami's been one of the best rated offensive linemen since Cam Ward has been playing. I think he's a big, bad hoss. I think he can kick inside if you need guard help too. So I went with Francis, and we're about to pick the Browns' second pick here too. Ooh, Avion Terrell is still on the board. It was a pipe dream. I'm not mad at it. I mean, I think CJ Allen dropping is not only good, but I think that's possible. So here we go. Do they? I guess do the Cowboys have a cornerback? I'm trying to think who they should pick because I'm thinking cornerback. Who did I give him? I gave him Sonny Styles. Do they go defense twice here? I don't know. Where they go. There's a lot of defense. There's just so many defensive players on the board right now that I'm just staring at. them. I think we go safety here. I think we give him a safety. Linebacker, safety. Are there no other great off-ball linebackers? Rodriguez. Oh no, wait, no. They're not gonna pick two. They're not gonna do that. Let's just give him a safety. Back on the clock with the Dallas Cowboys, and a lot of defensive players on the field. Cowboys have known to pick a defense twice. I really want to give them a running back or something. I know we've given them Sonny Styles, but I think we just at this point you just say go by need. They need a safety. I think edge would be interesting too. TJ Parker would be good. Cassius Howell. I'm gonna go Cassius Howell. As someone who's a Texas fan, I think he's a better player than Kendrick Falk. I think Falk is more of a what's it called? I think Kendrick Falk is more of a it's a situational thing, right? You have to have the right situation for Falk. All right, let's speed through this. So Pittsburgh Steelers, they need a quarterback, they need a wide receiver, they need a tackle, they need a defensive back. I think they get Monroe Feeling out of Georgia. I think that's an easy conversation there. These boys needs all type of offensive line help, defensive line help, everything else in between. I want to go, there we go. I want to go guard. They got killed when it came to offensive line. And now Kenyon Sadiq somehow falls to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I wanted to give Monroe Feeling to the Jaguars, to the Browns. And what's the best offensive line here? It's going to have to be Caden Proctor. So I'm not even a fan of Caden Proctor, but I am a fan of, if the Browns are going to really serious about getting offensive line, go get 2 tackles. Go get a tackle that you know can play guard. Go get one that you know has a great, measurements, right? And hopefully you can turn them into something. I think the Cowboys don't think much about this. They just go get Kendrick Falk. Again, situational. They already have a good defense. They can put him in places to stop the run. I think it makes sense. You give him another tool. These motherfuckers need a wide receiver. They go get Denzel Boston. Denzel Boston is long. He's got the speed. He doesn't separate well, but I think it's going to be at least a decent start. Sounds kind of like Keon Coleman, I know. But at least a decent start for what they want to get going here. Wide receiver guard and edge needs for San Francisco. At this point, you're just taking what's the best on the board. I think you're going to go TJ Parker. He got a little beefier for me. He's almost like a 3 technique now. Not much of an edge, but I think he's going to be so valuable doing a lot of different things that he'll be just fine. I would love if my Texans picked an offensive lineman, and Emmanuel Pregnon is looked at as to be one of the more pro-ready guards. And the Kansas City Chiefs, I think they go Avion Terrell. I know they have other needs in other places. I just don't see Avion Terrell getting this late in the draft and you not picking up a solid cornerback like that. So Avion Terrell, Broncos, I think they just go keep it clean, keep it simple. You go ahead and get Peter Woods. Peter Woods is a big dog on the inside. And then, of course, for the Patriots, don't overcomplicate stuff. I think they get their wide receiver here. I think, is Caleb Lamu still on the board? I'm stupid. It's Caleb Lamu. How did I miss that? And then on the clock, I'm going to go wide receiver Casey Concepcion. I really do think, even though I have a big problem. Wait. Stop it. Colton Hood, I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the draft. This is my mock draft. We just sped through it. We asked a little bit of the live audience to kind of to chime in here, but this is what I have so far. Tell me what I messed up down below in the comments. Am I wrong? Am I right? How's it gonna lay out? We'll see y'all next time. Peace. I like this. I like that. I like that little situation. That was a cool little situation. I was smooth. Sincere is 6'5", with a dream. I don't know. He's actually going to be great, but the Buffs thought so. It didn't turn out with the quarterback play. I don't want to put Sincere in the fan conversation, but either way, that slept on ish. I see what you're saying there. I like Proctor as well. Not at 6'24" would be okay. Oh, not at 6, but at 24. Yeah. So I you know what? I feel similar how I feel about Caden Proctor, how I feel about Freeling. Even though I think Freeling, you're gonna get, not only do you get the prototypical side, like he's like, if you drew up an offensive tackle, you would draw up Monroe Freeling, but he's also shut down some good players. Again, as a Texas fan, I've seen him completely just wipe Colin Simmons out of a game. I've seen him be able to do those things, so it's great. I feel so wrong because Tings knows what he's looking at. You feel wrong because I don't know what I'm looking at. I'll be yapping. You know me. I'm just your yapper's favorite yapper. That's all me. All right. I don't want to make this stream too long. I really enjoyed that mock draft though. I want to do some more mock drafts too. We did Acho. We did AJ Brown. I think we can quickly get in and get out and speak about what's going on. You know what? I don't want to drag this. I don't want to drag this. I feel if I make this video, I'm gonna be dragging it. Look, man, the offensive coordinator said good things. They rocking with 12, right? I think we had a fun time. I really do. We all but I think Sincere can do some things. What's it called? I was about to say something. We're gonna shut the stream down, man. We're gonna shut this stream. We're not forever. Just this stream down. I think we got what we need to do, man. We hit where's Jahuevius? Jahuevius. What are you talking about? What about free agents? Free agents. We'll have to see. Free agency it'll be a full swing next week. So whenever we see fully what's happening, we'll do that and have that conversation. You know what we could do? Actually, before we shut the stream down, before we end this, y'all, I wanna look at just some news, just general NFL news, because I'm so happy you said free agents. Because the Browns announced some free agency and some contract stuff, right? So let's get just NFL. We're gonna end this with an NFL contract / whatever hype. I be yapping. It was getting fun. I started late, but we're not gonna log off just yet. I want to do some updates about what's going on in the NFL. Tings be clapping. I don't know what that means. Nah, Trizzy, I'm not gonna go away just yet, man. Let me. What's it called? What I'm gonna do? Actually, can I download this? Yeah, I want this. Thank you. Let me grab a little bit of NFL news, man, and I want y'all to comment right now, because this is gonna be the last thing we do. Is there anything y'all want me to talk about before we wrap this little situation up? Right? We're just gonna talk about straight NFL news. I got the news. We gonna yap about it. Oh wow. Oh yeah. We're just gonna go through random news. Apparently, Robert Nemdishi was busted for allegedly smuggling groceries. Yeah, we just gonna yap on this one. Straight yap, dog. Apparently, Kyler Murray to the Vikings is already a done deal. So Miles got another speeding ticket. Yeah, Miles Garrett did get a speeding ticket. That boy can't stop, dog. He gotta go fast, man. He gotta go fast. Apparently Kyle Pitts is in conversations and contentions. There's people calling about Kyle Pitts when he just signed his tag, though. So I think that's interesting. That's an interesting conversation. Give me a break. Can't see the kid play. Oh yeah, this was dope. Riz went crazy. What else we got? I don't think we have anything major. Vikings. Damn, that's kind of sad. I'm sorry, I failed this. That's some sad stuff. Shout out to Kyler Murray, man. I hope he figures it out, man. He's too much of a player to not. I don't care that he got a ticket. I understand you got little things to look after. Cooking dinner for my son as we speak. Hey. I don't know if y'all can hear him back there. He's telling me to speed this up. He telling me to get on my horse, dog. But I love it, man. Trizzy, I do want to say I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody's messages. I like that there was a lot of positive things. What's it called? A lot of positive things y'all said when I got my little tings, and you know, I'm loving every second of being a dad. Gotta balance it. Gotta do it the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all understanding. But we still gonna talk about a little bit of we gonna talk about a little NFL news, man. I want to talk about that trade that happened. Let me get some. Let me get that trade. So a trade happened. Who's it? What's it? What do you call it? A trade. It was who was it? It was not the Patriots. I already know who it was. It's Trent McDuffie. It was the Chiefs. What? Okay, and then obviously Stephon was released. We talked about that a little bit too. Talk about that again. The Vikings are planning to release Jonathan. Oh wow, it's getting serious. Yeah. This is really getting serious right now. It's a lot of people. It's so crazy seeing everybody get released right now, dog. Like, that is so absurd. Now, I want to... What's it called? Trent McDuffie. Here we go. Boom. This is what I usually do whenever I put together my cards. Y'all watching me do it live, which is kind of funny. Talk about that again. He went to the Rams. Wait. Miles got engaged. Wait. Y'all talked a lot. Wait. Miles got engaged. He did get engaged. Well, speeding is dangerous. What do you expect Coach Monken versus Cleveland media will be? I think that they're not going to be used to somebody who is so like giving real answers like he does. I think they kind of get used to the Stefanski of not getting a real answer, that they're going to be surprised when he starts giving answers. Like, oh yeah, this is what it is. What happened to the player that was arrested for abusing his ex? Sadly, and this is messed up, there's a lot of players that get, for abuse. I don't know. You're not talking about Stephon, are you? I'm not talking about Stephon Diggs. Fatherhood is the best thing ever. It really is. Rams. Chiefs trade? Yeah, Chiefs trade to the trade. Shout out to you, Grape Tea News. He went to the Rams. Talk about that again. So perfect. Yeah, we don't know yet. The Rams going to be set at cornerback, especially if they use that first round pick from Atlanta to double down that position. I think that's interesting, especially because Trent McDuffie is more of a nickel, even though he can play outside. But he does a lot of work from nickel, which is, at this point, nickel is a premium position. Like, nickel is just damn near as important as an outside corner at this point in this modern stage of the NFL. Show you Hey. All right. We're going to talk about a few things. This is going to be a quick little yap sesh. We'll get in, we'll get out. We'll get in there and get out of there. Show you I need one more thing. What was the last thing I needed? I need one more thing. Oh. I know what it is. Oh, there it is. Jonnu Smith is out of here. You feel me? Boom, he's gone. Defensive lineman, commanders, yada, yada, yada. Does anybody care about punters? Anybody? Anybody care about punters? No, nobody cares about punters. Chiefs 9-4 Jawan, that will be released today, and Jawan Taylor is released as well. So the Browns definitely need to be on that. All right, we're gonna recap a little bit what's going on in the world of the NFL. I think I got all the details from this trade. Okay, all right. Oh, James Pierce. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jeez. Let me see. The last update we had on James Pierce is that they're still holding the court. Basically, they're in the process of seeing which charges will be held against him right now. What's it called? So that's the latest update. They're still hearing people to like decide, hey, which ones is it gonna be, and what are they gonna? Yeah, so there's no real updates yet. Besides that, them going and doing that situation. Doesn't Jimmy Ward play for Houston? Yeah, Jimmy Ward. We cut Jimmy Ward, or we said that we're gonna cut Jimmy Ward. Oh wait, Jimmy Ward. Oh no. I read this in the wrong direction. I don't think James Pierce. Yeah, James Pierce. Hey, you gotta care about the Browns player. There you go. Yeah, Jimmy Ward does play. We did say we were gonna come though, so it is what it is. So we're gonna wrap this stream up with a little bit of free agency wrap up. NFL free agency is basically a week away. Next week is gonna be in full swing, and players like Kenneth Walker, Colts wide receiver Alex Pierce, Chargers defensive end Adefe Owe, Jaguars running back Travis Etienne, Ravens center Tyler Linderbaum, who's up to be the highest paid center, as well as Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson. We remember that craziness of the beginning of the season with that contract. So there's a lot of situations happening. There's already been some trades that have happened. So on this beautiful Wednesday, before any more trades happen, and by the time you watch this video, probably this video is going to be obsolete. Well, let's talk about just what's happening in the landscape right now. We're going to set the table, right? Because next week is just going to be trades and this and that and who overpaid, who underpaid, yada, yada, yada. So right now, these are the big names. Like we talked about, they're going to probably get some big contracts, right? I can see Kenneth Walker, Alec Pierce, and Tyler Linderbaum specifically, and even Travis Etienne getting some big money. Now, specifically, if you are a Browns fan, I think it's important that you know that the Browns have tendered 6 exclusive rights free agents. I believe that means they have them guaranteed for a year and some other mumbo jumbo. We don't have to get too particular with it, but expect Brandon Bates, wide receiver Malachi Corley, Winston Reed, Rex Sunahara, and kicker Andre Smith, as well as the big bad dog Jamari Thrash, a preseason favorite to be locked in on exclusive rights free agents, right? Now, let's talk about, before we get into some of the rumblings and rumors, right? There's some Kyler Murray situations. There's a Kyle Pitt rumor. There's rumors in all different directions and all different flavors. But what has happened is another trade this week, right? We had the Titus Howard trade with the Texans. We had the Texans trade for getting David Montgomery, trading away some of their offensive linemen. Now we have the Rams trying to shore up one of the positions that they've struggled with a lot over the last few seasons, and that's the cornerback position. The Chiefs expected to trade cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams in exchange for the Rams' first-round pick, number 29, fifth-round pick, and sixth-round pick in 2027, which is a third-round pick. So there's a lot that goes into this, right? This is a team in the Rams that was legitimately one game away for the Super Bowl. You're getting Matthew Stafford back as well. He's officially announced that he's going to be returning. You have Puka Nacua. You have a lot of flavors. I believe Devontae Adams is up for contract, so you're going to have to replace that, and that's going to be a big thing to replace. But at the end of the day, if you shore up that defensive line, which is playing some good football too with Young and Jared Verse and a lot of big dogs flying around, you get a real deal corner in Trent McDuffie, someone who can also play the nickel as well, who's very productive in a lot of different places. He's a guy that's going to solve a lot of problems for you, what you got going on. Now, when this trade happened, a lot of people started connecting some dots. They started to put some history in perspective. So Nick Wright is going to say, the Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill in March of 2022 for the 29th pick plus a second, 2 fourths, and a sixth. The Chiefs just traded Trent McDuffie of March of 2026 for the 29th pick, a third, a fifth, and a sixth. Basically got about 85% of Tyreek's return for Trent McDuffie. Won the next 2 Super Bowls, because when they did this trade, when the Chiefs, traded away Tyreek Hill, they won back-to-back Super Bowls. A lot of people are starting to see, is this the Super Bowl trade for the Rams? A lot of people also said, when you rewind all the way back, the last time that they won the Super Bowl, the Rams, the Super Bowl was in SoFi Stadium. This next year's Super Bowl is in SoFi Stadium, and they made a big blockbuster trade, Matthew Stafford, and then they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So some people could be saying, hey, you go ahead and pencil the Rams in for another Super Bowl. They already look like a good team. They've got a lot of solid pieces around them. Could be the thing that makes it what he got. But Trent McDuffie was a massive reason the 22 defense improved down the stretch and to make a run. Look at the difference when he came back. There's no dynasty without him in all likelihood. So The universe is weird. 2018, Rams acquire All-Pro 25-year-old Washington Husky cornerback from the Chiefs, Marcus Peters. 2018, the Rams acquire All-Pro 25-year-old Washington Husky cornerback from the Chiefs, Trent McDuffie. Oh, and they both wore the same number. So Marcus Peters going from the Chiefs to the Rams. Now you have Trent McDuffie going from the Chiefs to the Rams, potentially playing for a Super Bowl. The world is a wild, wild place. But that is the trade. It seems like the Rams are really getting geared up, and the Chiefs are getting themselves ready to maybe potentially make some more trades, get some more capital, and do some things in the draft. Now, let's talk about some rumors, right? Because there are plenty of rumors as it stands right now. As we made a video about, Kyler Murray is out there. He's been released, and immediately the rumors have him linked to the Minnesota Vikings. Now, why would he be linked to the Minnesota Vikings? There's a lot of different questions, right? Obviously, KOC has gotten this kind of moniker of being a quarterback whisperer, whether it's Daniel Jones, whether it's Sam Darnold, whether it's Kirk Cochains, right? He's been able to get a lot of value from quarterbacks that potentially some teams just haven't seemingly seen the value in. So Kyler Murray can fit that mold. And then even better, right? You have a dude named Justin Jefferson. You have some dude, well, I was going to say Jordan Addison, but he got arrested. My God, does everyone keep getting arrested? Anyway, you at least have a Justin Jefferson, right? You at least have a decent defensive line. You by all counts have one of the most elite defensive-minded defensive coordinators in the league. I think you go to a place that's been pretty nice to quarterbacks, that can put you in a good situation, that has question marks surrounding their future in J.J. McCarthy, and I think you have a really low-pressure situation because at the end of the day, if J.J. McCarthy just balls out and is younger, Kyler Murray still gets paid. He's going to be on a vet minimum, and he makes his contract so – he becomes so he has so much leverage because he doesn't have to get paid from the team that he's going to, that teams are going to basically start bidding for him. I don't think they're going to be bid with actual money. I think the bidding is going to be more so about, hey, what situation can be provided for him to really want to be there and sit there? And I think the Vikings are one of those situations where this is the pick of the ball. I remember Caleb Williams' dad, him petitioning in the draft for trying to get Caleb Williams to Minnesota because of how well they've been known to do with a quarterback. So I think that's super interesting that you get there. Now, we can talk about the rumors. Now let's talk about some, maybe, I'm not sure if it's unlikely, but I do think it's interesting that Mr. Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons, right, as you can see, is now in talks. Apparently, the Falcons are fielding calls. Now, a guy named Kevin Stefanski, who just so happens to be the head coach of these here, I was about to say Tennessee Titans, of these Atlanta Falcons, right? He had a lot to say about Mr. Kyle Pitts. A lot of things to rave about Mr. Kyle Pitts. But now it seems that the Falcons could field some calls. That's nasty. If you remember, they just franchise tagged him. So the idea of tagging and trading a dynamic tight end when you just got an offensive-minded coach that apparently loves tight ends, that's a tough cookie to swallow. But comment down below, who do you think would be available to go ahead and snatch up a Kyle Pitts? This is one of those pieces. This is a finishing piece. And I think this was the issue for the Atlanta Falcons is in the years that they picked Kyle Pitts, they weren't a finishing piece away. They had a lot of defensive holes. They had a lot of offensive holes. It was like Kyle Pitts is such this freak athlete that you just can't miss on him. But when you get to the point that you don't have Matt Ryan throwing the ball anymore, you don't have an offense built and tailored around him, I don't think you get as much you don't get as much efficiency out of Kyle Pitts. So I think you look at a team like that needs a wide receiver help, and that can maybe instead of getting wide receiver help, you get tight end help. I immediately think about the Bills, right? I know we hate Josh Allen, but talk about having no more excuses. If you put a 6'5" mutant with him to go catch passes, I don't see what the objection is at that point. Now, this one's a little interesting. Rashid Shaheed is said to not be close to an extension with the Seahawks, and the expectation is that he will now test the free agency market this Monday. I thought this was interesting. I knew the Kenneth Walker situation. I understood how that went, but you got to understand, Raheem Shaheed traded to the Seahawks. That was a big time trade. When he got traded to the Seahawks, he made an immediate impact. The return touchdowns, the deep ball catches, all that stuff. He made the Seahawks offense a lot more dynamic. Although JSN does a great job at that, I think you get a little more back end speed, a little more gadgetry with Shaheed as well. And that kind of takes the pressure away from JSN. I know Cooper Kupp does a great job doing that as well. So this one is interesting. I think a lot of teams that again, this is another finishing piece. This is a guy that you're going to need him to be a big worker in the special teams, as well as you're going to have to draw up some plays to get him involved in your offense. Now, as we go away from rumors and thoughts, let's talk about some of the other players that are going to be cut and available. You got names like Jonnu Smith. You got offensive tackles, names like Jawan Taylor, and even defensive tackles and Jonathan Allen are being released. So it's going to be a very hectic free agency. There's plenty of rumors, there's plenty of thoughts, and there's trades already going around. Comment down below what you think is going to happen and what's going to be the craziest trade cut situation of this particular 2026 free agency. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, subscribe to that football content, and we'll see you next time. Peace. All right. Murray may go to Pittsburgh. I'm not alone. Murray going to Pittsburgh. That could be. I could see that. I'm not really mad at that. But we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap this little situation up. We did what we did, how we did it. We the best in the building. I really appreciate y'all rocking and also rolling with me. We did a lot of speculation. We did a lot of yapping. Who's it? What's it? Good stream though. We talked about Acho. That video will be going live soon. We talked about Acho. We talked about the Browns. Obviously, we talked about plenty of free agency. We got some mock drafts in there. Fun day, man. Fun day. Raheem Shaheed could cash out big for a lot of teams. I do think Raheem Shaheed's going to get a lot of money. Trizzy, thank you for being here, man. Thanks for being here. Leanne, thank you for being here. Chris, everybody, rocking and rolling. What's up, Tings? Craig Trimmer, I didn't see you. Lisa, Imana Pendez says, okay, I have a question. When 12 starts, does he get extra money? I want 12 at QB1, but I don't like others getting paid more than him. Here's what I'll say. He's not going to get extra money. But if when he becomes QB1, all them endorsement deals is QB1, he going to get extra money. I guarantee you, don't you worry about 12. He going to be A-okay. But I appreciate y'all. Great stream. Fun days. Fun times, very productive. Triz, you the best. Everybody in the chat, y'all the greatest. Of course, we will be streaming soon. Trying to get the streams cooking again. Trying to get that going. But we'll upload these soon.